And so kind of an elephant in the room type of thing. So a lot of people have been talking about how Twitch has always kind of been hit or miss on whether it actually counts viewers appropriately, especially with the Viewbot going after Viewbot, supposedly going after lurkers. I think that's a myth. But anyway, so Twitch supposedly not counting lurkers. I think that's overall a myth. The issue's more that their viewers have been crashing a lot, because I've definitely noticed that, where I'll be in somebody's stream and the viewer crashes. But definitely, if the viewer is running, you definitely count as a viewer, because like thank you, Flex. Thank you, Skez. Lost my train of thought. The turtles fucking lost my train of thought. But yeah, so like say last night, for example, I was in a few streams, and that sound, yes. I was in a boy, that was a long one. That's what she said. So I was in a few streams last night, and what I'll do is so first of all, Twitch only counts two windows as an active view. So if you have more than two, they'll be fighting out, either fighting it out or one gets pushed aside for the other. I was in 4, and the reason I will do that kind of thing is, one, to bounce around between people, and say hi here and there, and make sure they have them tabbed up, and just kind of let it duke out. I know only 2 will count as a time, but it's not, if I say all 4 deserve my view, all best I could do is pull up all 4 and let them duke it out. Sometimes what I'll do is, if a couple have been counted as a viewer for an extended period of time, I'll close them so the other ones definitely get counted. I'll do that kind of thing as well. I do best I can. Right. My thinking overall is, if everybody does that, it balances out. Right. So like, of those 4, if several people tab up those 4, for example, I might count as a viewer, and 2. But the other 2 get credit for other viewers, and etc. So my thinking is, it overall just balances out. So I just do what I can to support who I can. But a lot of people. But point is, I know I was counting as a viewer because I was accumulating channel points. That's the of course, they have to be affiliated for that. But if you're accumulating channel points, that is a clear sign you're counted as a viewer. So I say, if you're in the motion of tabbing people up, support them, just make sure you're looking at that. Check that you're accumulated channel points, you're counted as a viewer, and then that's all good. Because I come to those on Thursday again, like I've said in the past over and over. I don't sweat the details, but when I have 6 to 8 names walking around at the bottom of the screen, and the viewer count says 1, me streaming myself for an extended period of time, hours. I mean, it's obvious to me that the viewers had crashed, and since they have you tabbed up and walked away, they're not there to refresh, and that's okay. Like, I'm not fussing at anybody in particular, but that's the kind of thing you're seeing. So that's something I'll regularly check. If I'm busy doing other things, I'll at least go and check, make sure the tabs are still running properly, and refresh if needed. And just do the best I can with it when I can. But a lot of people are. The point is, a lot of people are concerned about lurkers count, being treated as viewbots, and that's just simply not the case. It's just there's technical reasons not being counted, but it's not because you're a lurker. Some people say, oh, you've got to make sure you're typing in chat every so often to make sure you count as an active viewer. That's a myth. I had people tabbed up, count as a viewer for hours, and I hadn't said a word in their chat for an extended period of time. So yeah, it's not a concern there. It's just make sure the player is running, because you might be in the chat room, but if the player has crashed, error number 2000, then you don't count as a viewer. That the stream actually has to be running. It's not just being in the chat room. Just that's the only thing to be cognizant of. So I guess nothing really changes. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are making. There's a lot of myths floating around. A lot of people are saying crap things. Lurkers are the backbone of Twitch. They're not going after lurkers. But there have been other issues. In addition to the error number 2000 thing, also there's the whole back to school thing. I've been noticing overall, less less activity in general. There's people who were streaming regularly now, are down to like once a week, or some people I haven't even seen in a little while. So then you have inconsistent schedules, people kind of changing their schedules. I'd make sure to tab optimization for browsers off. Yep, that's another thing too. A lot of browsers do that by default. So that is a setting to change as well, making sure that that it'll still play on the tab. But yeah, as long as it's playing, you can have them tabbed up and you'll count as a viewer. Nothing nefarious on Twitch's part. It just has to be playing. That's all they're looking for. So like I've said, also I'll keep people tabbed up, and even if I'm not actively watching, I will kind of be keeping an eye on the tabs. And if I see the tab name change, that's like, oh, they rated out, and I'll jump over and I'll throw some emotes and try to hype it up. If I catch it right when they're rating, then I can hope to hype up the raid. So that's having them tabbed up for a while and then helping hype up the raid, without actively sitting there and watching multiple streams at the same time. That's ridiculous. But little bit here and there. Just a lot of little things. It just comes down to a lot of little things. Really help. There's a lot of low effort things that really help to support a streamer.